Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking and controversial cases of 2025, the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Ever since that tragic day on September 10th when Charlie was shot dead on stage at Utah Valley University, questions have been swirling. The official story says it was a lone gunman, 22-year-old Tyler James Robinson, motivated by hatred for Charlie's conservative views. But as more details come out, a lot of people aren't buying it. We're talking about that chilling first question Charlie was asked at the Hamptons donor meeting just weeks before his death, Erika Kirk's massive problems connecting with Gen Z women as the new CEO of Turning Point USA, and the Bombshell connections between Tyler Robinson's defense team and TPUSA insiders that have everybody raising eyebrows. This thing is getting wilder by the day, and by the end of this video you're going to see why so many people believe there's way more to this story than we're being told. If you want the full truth to come out, stick around till the end, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop "Justice for Charlie Kirk" in the comments. Let's get into it. It all started on a sunny afternoon in Orem, Utah. Charlie Kirk was in the middle of his American comeback tour, firing up the crowd like he always did, when out of nowhere a single sniper bullet hit him in the neck. He collapsed on stage, and within minutes, one of the most influential voices in young conservative America was gone. The shooter, Tyler Robinson, turned himself in the next day. Authorities said it was a politically motivated lone wolf attack. Tyler hated Charlie's takes on social issues, maybe even tied to some personal stuff like having a trans partner and being upset about what he saw as hate speech. Case closed, right? Wrong. From day one, cracks started appearing in that narrative. Let's go back to August 2025, just a few weeks before the assassination. Charlie attended a big donor retreat in the Hamptons, hosted in part by billionaire Bill Ackman, you know, the super pro-Israel hedge fund guy. There was already tension because Charlie had been platforming people critical of U.S. aid to Israel, hosting debates, letting voices like Tucker Carlson speak freely on the issue. Some of the big Jewish donors weren't happy. They felt Charlie was drifting away from unconditional support for Israel. Reports say the meeting got heated, donors pressuring him, calling him out. Charlie texted people in his inner circle afterwards saying he felt bullied, that he wasn't going to let donors dictate who he could platform. He even said something along the lines of losing another big Jewish donor but refusing to be controlled. But here's where it gets absolutely chilling. Erika Kirk herself, Charlie's widow, later revealed in a speech what the very first question was that donors asked Charlie at that retreat. She said one of the first things out of their mouths was, "God forbid, if something happens to you, what would happen to Turning Point USA?" Think about that for a second. Not policy questions, not strategy for the midterms. The very first thing they bring up is what happens if Charlie dies. People online immediately compared it to mafia-style intimidation. You know, like, nice organization you got there, be a shame if something happened to it. Nice life you got, be a shame if something happened to you. And then, just weeks later, Charlie is dead. Erika framed it as normal succession planning, like companies do when thinking about leadership transitions. She even quoted some business guy saying Apple was founder-led, but Turning Point would be vision-led. But a lot of people aren't buying that innocent explanation. Why would that be the very first question in a tense meeting where they're already accusing him of going soft on Israel? And it doesn't stop there. InfoWars host Harrison H. Smith posted a tweet on August 13th saying someone close to Charlie told him Charlie believed Israel would kill him if he fully turned against them. This was before the assassination. Then there are reports that in the days leading up to his death, Charlie sent signal messages to close confidants saying, "They're going to kill me." Candace Owens has been all over this, pointing out that the original big rift in conservative circles involving Charlie and TPUSA started over Israel. She says when Charlie pushed back against donor pressure, that's when the smears started, calling him anti-Semitic, trying to destroy his reputation. And now, after that Hamptons meeting where they float the idea of something happening to him, he's gone. Fast forward to now, Erika Kirk has taken over as CEO and chair of Turning Point USA. She's continuing the tours, speaking at massive events like America Fest with pyrotechnics and over-the-top production that some people compare to Taylor Swift concerts or Liberace shows. She's wearing these flashy outfits, putting on a huge spectacle while still in mourning. Some see it as honoring Charlie's legacy and keeping the movement alive. Others call it performative, almost like she's enjoying the spotlight a little too much in her grief. But the real problem for Erika and TPUSA right now isn't just the optics. It's that they have a massive Gen Z women problem. Charlie was incredible at reaching young men. He helped bring a huge wave of Gen Z guys over to MAGA in 2024, contributing to Trump winning back the White House. His bold, no-holds-barred style resonated. Young dudes felt like finally someone was speaking directly to them. The plan seemed to be that Erika could do the same thing for young women, convert Gen Z girls to the conservative cause with messages about getting married early, having kids young, leaving careers behind to be stay-at-home moms, submitting to your husband. Erika pushes this traditional lifestyle hard, but it's completely backfiring. A big article dropped in the Huffington Post titled, "Turning Point USA Has an Erika Kirk Problem." They straight up said Gen Z women aren't buying the MAGA fantasy Erika is selling. Experts on young voters say the messaging that worked on guys just doesn't land with girls. One generational researcher said she doesn't expect Erika to be some massive draw for young women, especially if she keeps pushing the exact same stuff Charlie did. The priorities are totally different. Polls back this up big time. In 2024, women aged 18 to 29 went for Kamala Harris over Trump by around 18 points, while young men swung hard the other way toward Trump. Recent NBC polls show young women are way more anxious about the future, less approving of Trump on issues like inflation and cost of living. When you ask Gen Z what matters most for personal success, both guys and girls put fulfilling career and financial independence at the top. But after that, it splits. For young women, having kids ranks like 10th on the list. Marriage is 11th. For guys, kids are higher up, around 8th. Why? It's not just politics, it's economics. These girls are struggling, housing prices are insane, student debt is crushing, good jobs are hard to find, a lot of them have 3 or 4 roommates just to afford rent. How are you supposed to think about starting a family when you can't even save for a down payment on a house? Erika comes from wealth. Charlie was making millions. She could afford to be a stay-at-home mom, have kids early, live that traditional life. But the average Gen Z woman can't. Telling them to just go ahead and have babies young when they're barely getting by sounds completely out of touch. It's a class issue more than just gender. Dual incomes are basically required now to survive. Maternity leave isn't guaranteed everywhere. Reproductive rights worries play in too. Even some conservative young women are pushing back on the hard pro-life line these days. On top of the messaging flop, Erika has personal baggage that's hurting her credibility. Viral videos and posts have called her out for what looks like lying about her dating history. She claimed in interviews that she never dated anyone before Charlie, that she waited and saw how bad the dating scene was through her roommates. But old photos and clips tell a different story. There are a couple photo shoots with a guy named Tyler Massey from years before she met Charlie. There are posts with Cabot Phillips, the same Cabot Phillips who's now a speaker for Turning Point USA and senior editor at Daily Wire, showing them on painting dates calling themselves that couple. Some of those posts got deleted after the scrutiny started. And get this, she appeared on a Bravo reality dating show right around the time she claimed she wasn't dating anyone. Clips show her taking guys' numbers, going on dates. When confronted, she either ignores it or brushes it off. People are asking, why lie about something so small? If you're not honest about your past relationships, what else might you be hiding? Gen Z values authenticity more than any generation before. Seeing someone they perceive as fake or hypocritical preaching about purity and traditional values just turns them off completely. Then, there's the Israel stuff bleeding into all this. Younger Republicans are shifting away from blanket support for Israel. Polls from late 2025 show Republicans under 45 view Netanyahu less favorably, want less U.S. involvement. But at Turning Point's America Fest, they ran their own poll of attendees. People who paid big money to be there and claimed overwhelming pro-Israel support, saying rumors of a split in the conservative movement are lies. Critics called it rigged sampling. Meanwhile, Erika seems to be steering TPUSA harder pro-Israel, almost like fulfilling Ben Shapiro's vision instead of Charlie's more open debate approach. She's out there promoting Charlie's posthumous book on Christmas Eve, talking about rest and family while holding the book up for sale. Some saw it as beautiful, others as grifting off grief. Now, let's talk about the absolute bombshell that's got conspiracy circles exploding: Tyler Robinson's defense team and their alleged ties to TPUSA insiders. Reports from shows like Jimmy Dore's highlight that one of the attorneys working on Tyler's defense has connections to powerful Utah families with deep ties to Turning Point. There's talk of Michael Burt on the team being linked to the Farnsworth family, the same family involved in contaminating the crime scene by removing SD cards from cameras. People call them part of the Mormon Mafia that controls a lot in Utah politics and business. Defense motions have tried to disqualify prosecutors over supposed conflicts. The whole thing smells fishy to a lot of folks. Why would TPUSA-connected people be involved in defending the guy accused of killing Charlie? Is Tyler being railroaded to close the case quick? Or is someone making sure certain questions don't get asked? Official narrative says Tyler acted alone, driven by ideology. But the timing is suspicious. Drones that should have spotted him on the roof weren't properly deployed. The stairwell to the roof wasn't secured. Crime scene contamination happened fast. And all this right after the Hamptons' "What if something happens to you?" question, the signal messages about threats, the InfoWars tweet predicting it. Some say Charlie became more useful dead than alive. A martyr to rally the base, shift TPUSA fully pro-Israel, silence his growing independence on foreign policy. Erika keeps pushing forward with the tours, the events, the vision-led organization, but the gender gap is killing them. Young women aren't showing up. They're prioritizing independence, careers, stability over early marriage and kids. Erika's wealth and privilege make her advice feel tone-deaf. The perceived lies about her past make her seem inauthentic. The flashy grief performances rub some the wrong way, and the lingering questions about Charlie's death. Was it really just a random angry kid, or did donor pressure and geopolitical stuff play a role? This case has everything: politics, money, power, grief, conspiracy, culture war. Charlie Kirk built an empire reaching millions of young people. His voice got silenced in the most dramatic way possible. Now his wife is trying to carry the torch but running into wall after wall. Gen Z women aren't biting. Polls keep showing the gap widening. TPUSA risks becoming a boys' club if they can't figure this out. And with every new revelation about that Hamptons question or defense team connections, trust in the official story erodes more. We may never know the full truth. The FBI says lone gunman. Trial is ongoing, death penalty on the table. But the questions keep coming. Why did donors float Charlie's death so casually? Why were security failures so blatant? Why do people close to the case have overlapping connections? Why is Erika struggling so hard to connect when Charlie succeeded so wildly? Charlie Kirk changed conservative youth politics forever. His death shocked the nation, but the aftermath, the power struggles, the messaging failures, the unanswered questions, might change it even more. Erika says Turning Point will live on through vision, not just one founder, but whose vision? Charlie's open debate style or the hardline donor-approved version? That's where we are on December 29th, 2025. This story isn't over. New details keep dripping out. The trial will bring more. Whatever you believe, lone actor or something darker, one thing's clear. Charlie Kirk's assassination opened a massive can of worms in American politics. The fight for young voters rages on, but now with grief, suspicion, and division mixed in. What do you think? Was it really just Tyler Robinson acting alone? Or is there a bigger story here involving donors, Israel, power plays inside the conservative movement? Drop your thoughts below. Hit like if you want more deep dives like this. Subscribe and turn on notifications because as soon as new bombshells drop, I'll be covering them. Thanks for watching, stay vigilant, and let's keep pushing for the truth. Justice for Charlie Kirk. See you in the next one.